Hello, welcome back to another video. Today I have something I haven't done in a while, an action figure unboxing. I continue to buy action figures, and I don't film videos of every package that I get. For instance, recently I picked up this this Jack Kirby figure from the NECA's Mirage Ninja Turtle comics line of figures. But yeah, this is from his appearance in the one issue. So, but I just thought it was too cool of a thing to not have a King Kirby figure in the collection. So anyway, so what I have is a box from Japan, actually, from a company called Ami, I think is how it's pronounced. That's how I order my like Japanese import figures. I buy them direct because they're cheaper, actually. So even with shipping and yeah, even with shipping from Japan, they end up being cheaper than what they would be to purchase online through like U.S. Resellers. So, all right. So it's going to be, I think, a quick one today. We'll see. I might talk a little bit about like some of the reasons of what I do, because what I'll do is I'll show you the shelf that I'm going to put this figure on, and then I'll talk a little bit about that shelf. So, all right. So, real quick, what it is, it's the MAFEX, MAFEX. I think it's MAFEX. I think MAFEX sounds better. Anyway, so the Night Crusader Batman, which is the Knightfall Batman, based on the art from that story. It's got some cool display options to get more of like a Jim Aparo look. There's a Norm Brayfogle look, and actually even some of the somewhat of the like Kelly Jones, the long pointy ears that he had on the cover of the series. So we'll get them open. These are so tricky because like they have such they always have a lot of accessories, and I don't really want to be a like a toy reviewer just because there's so much that goes into that. But I do want to talk about some of the things that are included in this, because it gives you, like I said, some really cool display options depending on which artist you really like from Knightfall, or maybe you like all of them. But all right, let's see here. So yeah, so it comes default with these plastic pieces out of here, but the like the pointy shoulder bits, which is really cool. That's right out of that era. But I don't know that that's how I'm gonna. I might display them like this. We'll see. But I love these figures are really cool. I have the first MAFEX figures I bought were the Reign of Superman figures. I have there's Black Suit Superman, Superboy, and Cyborg Superman, Eradicator, and I also have Steel. Eradicator and Superboy are coming, so I would love to see them kind of complete that line with like a Doomsday. That would be really cool. But yeah, so these plastic bits always get me. So. So I was hesitant to jump into doing more of these figures because they're expensive. They're a little more expensive of a figure. If you buy them from a U.S. Retailer, they are about $110+ depending on shipping and whatnot. But if you pre-order them direct through a Japanese vendor like the one I buy from Ami, they end up being, I think, after conversion rate with shipping, this was $80. So, all things considered, being like a regular, McFarlane figure, even, McFarlane, Marvel Legends, they all hover in the $25 to $30 range now. Anyway, I think what you get from these. You get much more. So they're expensive, but I think you get what you pay for out of these. So here's the more kind of like the longer bat ears. So yeah, I think I might play around with this for a little bit, and then mess with some of the posing. Bunch of little accessories, which is a different cowl piece, which I'm not sure. I guess that would be if you're not going to have him with the cape. There's a cowl like neck piece that you can pop on there. Yeah, I'm going to mess around with him, pose around, and then maybe take some pictures and maybe do some voiceover to talk about the figure. Because like I said, I don't want to become a full-on action figure reviewer, but I bought this because I do have they made an Azrael Batman, MAFEX made an Azrael Batman figure, which I have, and then they announced that they're so they also announced that they're making a Bane from Knightfall, and I don't know that I would have bought this Batman had they not been making Bane. Because again, it's expensive. They're like I said, this was $80, but I really like then to kind of have all of like Batman, Bane, and Azrael from that series. So that makes sense, and I like how it then kind of displays well together. I have a cube in the shelf dedicated to Knightfall stuff that's actually down here in the corner. But yeah, so this all fits nicely in there. So I'll definitely add that to the display. So there are so many Batman figures. No matter everybody, whoever has had the DC license, it's always a plethora of Batman figures. So it's just one more Batman essentially. However, I think it's a pretty cool upgrade to have this one in the display, to kind of like, if I'm gonna pare things down, I want the things that are in there to feel pretty special. So I do really like what they do, what MAFEX does with these figures. Like the fabric cape has a wire in the on the edges here, so you can shape it how you want. You can have like he's swinging through the air. So there's a lot of things you can do. They come with a stand. You can kind of a flight stand, if you will. So yeah. So all right. So I'm gonna mess around with him. We'll take a pause here, and then I'll show you some pictures of the Knightfall display that I have going on down here. So actually, while I'm kind of messing with this, might show just how I think some clever engineering allows you to add display options for your figure. So if you pop the head off, you can actually remove the cowl and the cape, which I think pegs in on the shoulders here, yeah. And then this should pop up. Like that, that pops up. And then there's another cowl that you can pop on that does not have the shoulder spike bits, like the shoulder, not the spikes, but just the, I guess they're kind of spikes. Then that just pegs in here and here, and then the head goes back on. Actually, I'll just put the, just for fun, the more pointy eared, the longer eared option. So, and then he has like more of an angry look. I don't think this one has more of a subdued look, and this one has that angry, which you kind of see in like the Kelly Jones kind of feel for on the covers. I mean, so so that's cool. That's a really cool option that I like that they built in. Give you different display options for the figure, which is awesome. Here's actually the cube I was talking about that has the stuff that's all dedicated to Knightfall, and Night Quest and Night's End and all that good stuff. So right now it's very very Azrael Batman heavy. The Azrael in the center, like that one, that's the MAFEX Azrael figure. So kind of go with the new MAFEX Batman there, right? I put him in a pose where he's just kind of like, looks like he's like casting off the batarang to maybe hook onto something to then swing, or it's just something a little more dynamic and make use of some of the articulation that the MAFEX figures have, which are really cool. So, um, and also to point out that so collections I think should be pretty fluid. And a case in point was I actually had a McFarlane made a Bane figure that was really cool. Looked a little had a little more of a modern take. But then that figure was I think originally about $35, and then it shot up in value to like over 100. So such is the nature with the collection. As soon as that figure like hit that price, I was like, all right, well maybe I should just sell it, and I did. I sold it at a higher price, and now you know the toys are a very if they make a unique mold for if a company makes a mold, and McFarlane does this all the time, which makes sense. But they're probably going to reuse it down the line. So that it costs so much money to make the molds, to make the parts for the figures, that they try to use those molds as many times as they can to bring down the cost per figure. So anyways, I assumed that they would do another Bane figure, and they are. They actually have there's one that's announced that's coming out, so I have that on pre-order. Now, and it just helps to kind of to understand the company mindset, and if they see a figure that is in demand and people talk about it, they request it, they want more of it, and it helps get that mold back out there again. The companies are going to do it, so it just helps to kind of pay attention and anticipate some things. So it's just a good example of having the collection help fund itself. So I sold that Bane figure. Now I have pre-ordered the 2-pack, the new 2-pack. So it's just it just helps to pay attention and to like I said, anticipate what companies might do. So the so you can see, like I opted to have to not use the pointy cowl, just because, or the pointy cape, just because it is that more of an Azrael kind of look, which is here. Batman, it's seen on Batman too, but it's somewhat more of a hallmark of Azrael. So to kind of differentiate the figures, I opted to have just the regular non-pointy shoulder bits on there for Batman. But yeah, so anyway, there's a look at the cube that I have set up, and I'll be adding to it. Like I said before, when I was mentioned having the collection be fluid, yeah, I'll add to this. I'll sell if for whatever reason any one of these figures shoot up. I will most definitely keep the MAFEX Azrael and MAFEX Batman. So, but for whatever reason that Mattel Azrael shoots up in value, I would consider selling it. It's all a way to help the collection fund itself. And I have other versions I'm happy to keep different versions of Azrael in there, but for whatever reason, like I said, if there's an opportunity to sell it at an increased value, then it's something that I will definitely at least consider. So anyway, so there's a look at the what I have currently in my Knightfall setup. All right, so there's the look at the new MAFEX Batman figure. Now, I like I said before, I don't want to be a toy reviewer. I don't want to show. I mean, there's things that I didn't show. I didn't show. There's he comes with a bunch of different hands, a bunch of different accessories. I just there's videos out there that to go into in depth of all the articulation, everything that's included. If you really want to go watch those, but I just wanted to kind of put my spin on it as the reasonings of why I buy what I buy, and what when I get things in, what things then become maybe expendable. That's the reason I talked about that Bane figure that I sold. The idea of selling high, because now that they're coming out with that 2-pack, that Bane figure that McFarlane put out, the value has dropped. So it's kind of like playing the action figure stock market. So it's just trying to maximize the value that's inherently in your collection. you know, it doesn't have to be a permanent fixture. You know, if there's opportunity to, you know, move it, you know, if the demand is there for others to buy it, go ahead and sell it. Anyway, that's more of, I wanted to kind of share my, you know, my collector mindset, if you will. So that's more of what I want to, the type of content that I want to put out there as I'm, it's not just an action figure review, but it's just showing, like, you know, the mindset of you know, me, my mindset. So anyway, so thank you for watching this one. I've got some art on the horizon that should be, you know, various stages of shipping and arriving, and yeah, so yeah, so stay tuned for that. And also, real quick, I mean, I should do this more often. I should do it at maybe the top of a video. But I just wanted to just say thank you. Anybody that's watching this, anybody that has watched any of my videos, especially if you're watching this far into an action figure ramble, just thanks. Just thank you for watching this one. I will never be one to ask for subscribers or ask for, I don't care necessarily. I don't. Sure, it's nice. It's nice to get those the subscribers, but it's not why I do it. Like, I would rather keep. And Ruben said this too, and I agree with this. We've talked about this. I agree. I would rather keep numbers lower but engagement higher. Like, I'd rather just connect with, you know, a core group of people. Always welcome to invite more in, but I'm not doing this to become the next big thing. I don't care about that. I'm just doing this to share what I love about the hobby of action figures, comic art, and then it's just been fun connecting with fellow collectors. So that's why I'm doing it, and that's, yeah. So I just really wanted to say thank you for anyone that is watching this, and yeah. So thanks for watching, and I will see you soon.